What's up, everybody? It's On Fire Tonight with Josh and Tressa. We are here today to talk about stuff. We're not going to talk about shows and movies while the writers and actors are on strike. We are in solidarity with those striking unions. We are not in those unions ourselves, but we support them.
That's right, Josh. So we got so much fun junk to talk about today again.
Yeah, we do.
We do.
We do.
Promise. Uh, First off, I have a very fun story for one of the many national holidays on August 11th. It
What do you got
started
for us?
it started August 11th, 1984, and it is National Presidential Joke Day.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm gonna play you audibly the news report that was done about 2 months after in October to just set the scene, and then I'll play a little bit of the joke, but it's kind of cut off and not great. But enjoy.
It was the joke heard around the world, the one by President Reagan about bombing the Soviet Union, and it resulted in a Soviet red alert, and it became a campaign issue in this country. Now, Marvin Kalb has learned that the Soviets responded in their own fashion.
The president was joking his way through an audio check on August 11th.
That I've signed legislation that will outlaw Russia forever. We begin bombing in 5 minutes.
By August 14th, the story became world news, a major item on Moscow television where the joke was not treated as a laughing matter. August 15th, a coded message left Soviet military headquarters in Vladivostok. It said, in part, "We now embark on military action against the U.S. forces." The code was instantly broken by U.S. and Japanese intelligence. This is what then happened. A special command unit in Ussurisk went on wartime alert. Key Japanese military units raised their readiness status.
All right, so it goes on, but that red alert lasted 30 minutes.
Okay. Long enough to end the world,
Yeah.
potentially.
So yeah,
Wow.
it all starts because he's got a presidential address. He's running for president for a second term, and he's in his ranch in California. NPR comes to do a sound check. He has this funny little joke he says, which NPR knows it's a joke. Ha ha ha. You can hear him laughing in the background. But that sound check was broadcast to small radio stations all over the country, and they leaked it. And some people didn't think it was funny. So this known homophobic piece of shit asshole told a joke that could have ended the whole planet. Hilarious.
Way to go, Ronald Reagan.
Take those jelly beans and shove them up your ass. That's in
Uh,
Nashville.
I mean, you know, as uh as throwaway lines that are just meant to be dumb jokes that nobody really hears
Uh-huh.
except whoops, right? When the aliens show up a million years later and they're like, why did this society suddenly destroy itself?
Oh, it's a good story. Super funny. See, what happened was this piece of shit over here, he cannot get enough of the spotlight. Get over here. He cannot get enough of the spotlight. Get over here. He cannot.
And so that became a national holiday?
Yeah, because,
Presidential Joke Day.
National Presidential Joke Day. Yeah, because, he people fucking loved him. And
Oh
he
yeah.
couldn't do no wrong. I mean, I was surrounded by those people, and anything he did was like he was like 80s Trump. Like people loved him.
Yeah, he he was wildly popular for sure.
My best friend in 4th grade dressed up like him for Halloween. So like the very next year. Thank you.
Were there more presidents that like decided to celebrate this holiday by telling borderline world-ending jokes themselves?
Yes, every year we go through it, Josh. There was a crazy thing with China, with Bush, and then that one time with that other guy. It was every year, every August. Every August, we all feel threatened for our lives.
That's pretty crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
It's wild.
So do we know how that like resolved itself instead of ending in war?
It ended 30, like the whole alert ended 30 minutes after it started. I don't know who got onto it, but they're like, you guys, that's not a thing. Because I can imagine, like, if someone were
Yeah.
to tell a joke in not my first language and I were to hear it and it was sarcastic and it said it was going to blow up my country, I'd be like, I don't know if that's a joke. That's the president of the United States that hates us.
Right. And he's always saying bad shit.
Yeah, he's a dick. What else you got for
Yeah.
us, Josh? I was going to look up news, but I forgot.
Oh yeah. Oh, I didn't look up anything.
Let's see. Something about sports.
Sports.
Scientists, one singular one. Click.
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's gone.
Oh wait, did you see that we lost touch with Voyager 2?
No.
Okay, so Voyager 2 has been like hurtling through space since 1977, and NASA accidentally sent the wrong command. They like hit a typo or something. And so it rotated so that the antenna wasn't pointing at Earth anymore. And a couple days later, they are able to establish like they could hear its heartbeat. It has like a digital signal that's like a heartbeat.
Yeah.
And it also has baked into its programming self-correcting stuff that turns the antenna back towards Earth a few times a year. So even if they're not able to send them, usable commands until then, it will point back at Earth in October and it'll reestablish normal connection. But isn't that crazy?
That's wild.
It's been going out there for, almost 50 years.
I don't understand how we just lost contact with it. We don't know where it is. That's what's happening.
No, they know exactly sort of where it is. But we lost contact in the sense that, so in order for us to maintain contact, its antenna has to point directly at Earth, even though it's literally billions of miles away.
That seems like a flaw.
So if it's like 2 degrees off, it's not going to receive the signals the right way. It can still transmit, like it can speak to us, but we can't speak to it possibly unless it gets reoriented.
And then every so often it reorients itself automatically.
Right. And that's presumably because this kind of thing can happen. And also like it could just hit debris at any point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going, in the vast expanse of space right now between stars.
Huh.
Yeah.
Is that the one they put the gold record in?
Both Voyager 1 and 2 have gold records. Yeah.
Got it. That's
Damn, Voyager, that's a gold record. It's a certified hit.
So many downloads. Hey, there's a single scientist who claims we will know if aliens...
he's like dating?
Yeah. He's looking for hot singles in his area.
Or she is dating?
It's not a she.
Oh my God. Tressa, once again. Tressa
because
hates
a woman would
so
not
much.
say... Fine.
Tressa says women can't be scientists.
You said that, Josh. I didn't say that. You just said that. Like, literally. Scientist claims we will know if aliens exist in days from right now.
All right. Shirt's coming off. Wine will be decanted.
Oh, you better start getting it to breathing right now. There's a meteor known as CNEOS 2014-01-08. It was detected by Catalina Sky Survey, which looks out for comets and asteroids that could threaten Earth. So he's saying it's full of aliens? Is that what you're saying, Dr. Loeb?
I think we're just talking about meteors that could hit the Earth, right?
Right. But I think that his idea of aliens and what we want aliens to be are very different. I think he's saying amoeba type aliens. Like, there may be life present, but we're not going to have a conversation with it. I feel like this is old news, though. I feel like we already found like life in a meteor somewhere.
Did we?
I think so. Like, it wasn't like a huge news story, but you know I search for that shit. Yeah. Yeah, he's talking about... Yeah. Wait. He believes that they are in the process of finding out what the meteor was made out of and whether it is alien technology within a month. That's what he's talking about.
Alien technology in the meteor?
Yeah, like aliens made the meteor. Is that the same one that was over like Hawaii or whatever? Hawaii is probably over a bunch of stuff. And it was like...
I mean, we have satellite dishes in Hawaii because there's like less light pollution.
That makes sense. But there was like something, some sort of gigantic space debris type stuff, but it wasn't like round, it was long and cylindrical.
Oh, right, that thing.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
What the fuck? Where did that thing end up going?
Ooh,
Right?
it's alien technology.
It like buzzed by. It was like a weird shape. It moved weird.
Yeah, it did. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
And they're like, don't worry about it. It's fine. What else is going on?
So we're like we're a celebrity gossip and alien theory podcast for the moment.
I mean, for the moment, that's what I do.
Mm-hmm.
1 hour ago posted, Neil deGrasse Tyson has a genius theory about alien life on Earth. And if it's the same shit he's been saying for years, I'm going to be mad. Were you going to say something?
No, what's he saying?
Oh, great. Now my entire news timeline is all going to be aliens. Wait. Okay. Yeah. Grush. This is just... okay.
What do you got? What do you got? What do you got?
It looks like a TikTok.
Okay.
Let me see if I can...
I've heard recently.
Here's something that's exciting to me. I don't know if you know about or care about this.
I can pretend.
There's gonna be a new Connie Converse album coming out. Do you know who she is?
You told me all about her. And actually, I was telling Andy about it, and he said a friend of his has been working on a documentary about her.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Who is his friend?
I don't even know if he told me the name. I don't know.
Yeah, so it's not new stuff, obviously. It was like recorded in the 50s.
Yeah.
But it's finally coming out. It's like over 30 songs.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
Did they find like her original recordings, or was it like some person at a party?
It's either my understanding is this is stuff that she recorded at home herself,
Okay.
and then I think this is what was like in her filing cabinet of stuff that she left at her brother's house, unless it's something that she recorded herself but with other people and they were in possession of it, because there's like a guy that recorded her at like some salon party type thing was once upon a yesteryear.
Do you want to go into like the whole backstory about her? Because you
Well,
never
I
talked
can't
about it
do a
on.
great job of it. There are other people who've like really dedicated themselves to it. There's a great book by Howard Fishman, who is a journalist and a musician, and he wrote an exhaustive book about her music, and just kind of like he made the connections with all the stuff. And he also explains how her lost music got found again, and it's an incredible series of like unlikelihoods. So just in a nutshell, she lived in Greenwich Village in the 1940s and 50s, and she wrote original sort of like folk music, which is like a thing that didn't exist at the time. No one else was doing that, and they wouldn't be doing that until the 60s.
Right.
And she didn't have that many friends, it would seem, and she worked
Way to
hard on
call
her
her
music.
out. Damn. Rude.
I'm just saying that like in order for like an artist's music to get out there before the internet, you had to have like a network of people that like knew who you were and believed in you. And if you only know like a handful of people, that's it. That's your audience. And so she was lucky enough to meet a few people who thought she was great and like fell under her spell. He interviewed people who heard her play at a party, could recite her lyrics from memory 60 years later, having never heard a recording in all those years.
Holy shit.
Yeah, she's amazing. Like her music is, it's crazy because it's so fucking good. And then like she never puts out an album. She leaves New York before the folk scene would erupt where she left. Um, and it seems like she pretty much left music behind in most of her life and dedicated herself to other pursuits. Um, and then one day in 1974, she got into her car and was never seen again.
Oh, yeah.
And so decades later, I think it was on WFMU, a guy who recorded her and like other people, like other more notable people in his living room in the 50s. He's been living in Prague for like 50 plus years. He comes on WFMU and he plays a few snippets of things that he recorded way back when. And there's a kid who's going to NYU who's driving and listening to the car. He's driving, listening to the car. He's listening to the radio broadcast. He pulls over and writes down her name. And then he goes home and he downloads like that show from the internet that day. And so he has a recording of her just from that show. And for a couple of years, he plays those recordings for other friends of his and periodically looks to see when her album is coming out. Newsflash, there's no album. No one is even working on that. So like one of his friends who he played her songs for was like, dude, we should just track down this guy. And like, even if it's something that nobody cares about, but like you and me and, 100 other people, we could put out like a 7-inch. So they do that. And now, like, if you look on Spotify, she has like over 100,000 listens per month.
Dang.
Yeah, it's crazy. And her music is wonderful. And it exists out of time and space. So I'm very excited to hear more of her work.
That's what a story, Josh.
I can't even do it justice. Honestly, anyone that's interested should check out the book by Howard Fishman or the audiobook. It's called To Anyone Who Ever Asks. And yeah, I want to thank our latest sponsor, To Anyone Who Ever Asks, the Connie Converse story by Howard Fishman.
So here's a loaded question. What do you think it is about her music that grabs people so much?
It's personal, it's intimate, it is deceptively simple sounding, but there's just like a lot going on. I mean, it's like, why is literature literature? There's more to it than what you see at first glance.
Fair.
Yeah. I think that some people maybe like are only brought in because the story is so crazy, but really it's the work itself. It's like so fucking awesome. Anyway, it would
Well,
have been cool if she'd been appreciated in her own time.
of course. That guy, do we know anything about that guy who brought the stuff to WFMU? Like, did he know her full story, or was he just like, yeah, I've got some stuff, some recordings, and then other people dove deeper into the story?
Um, I think he was on the show to talk. It might have been Howlin' Wolf. I forget exactly who it was that was like the sort of marquee name who he had recorded. Anyway, he brought in recordings, but he was like, but just to show you like what else I was recording at the time, here's like some other stuff, including her. And so, having like audio recording technology back then was expensive and not something that everyone could just have in their home
Or pocket.
or pocket. Yeah.
Well, so we got a new album coming out, new up and comer.
Yeah, I'm very excited about it. So I think that it might be released tomorrow, which would be her 99th birthday.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
And we still don't know where she is.
No, you know, um, Howard Fishman does a very good job of laying the groundwork for she might have come to an untimely end, or she might have decided to disappear and create a new identity for herself. They're both plausible.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. I think it's
Yeah.
time for Would You Rather.
Okay.
You ready for that?
Yeah, I'm ready. I was born ready. Of course I'm ready. Am I
You were?
ready? Yeah.
You weren't a preemie or anything? You were born ready? God damn it, why can't I get rid of this stupid window? Okay, there it goes. And now I gotta log into this thing. And then I'll do that. And alright, hold on. Right here. Right there. Okay. Would you like anything special with these? Any subject matter that you'd like to explore?
What do you mean?
Never mind.
No, I love that I never know what's coming.
Okay. Uh-huh. No. Okay. That's stupid. Okay, hold on.
guess there are a lot of people outside of the courthouse in Washington for Trump's latest indictment.
Did you just give everybody your address?
Oh, whoops. What I meant to say is cheeseburger, cheeseburger, cheeseburger.
Yep. Avenue. Okay. I just asked for 3, so let's see how this goes. They're probably very similar to ones I've already asked because that's what they've been doing. Would you rather have the ability to travel back in time and correct your biggest regrets, knowing that altering the past might have unforeseen consequences for the present? Doy, that's how it works. Or have the power to glimpse into the future but remain unable to change it?
Definitely change the past. Fuck the future.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, settle down, Jesus.
So you're wondering,
I am.
did I have some opportunity
to kill
to
Hitler?
shape world events? No, that's not what I'm doing. Here's what I'm doing.
Nurse him and make sure he's well loved.
Press a Y.
He might be a better person if he was loved more as a child and infant. I don't know.
I think he got plenty of approval.
I don't fucking know, Josh.
I mean, maybe not as a child, but definitely later on, he got plenty of approval.
Yeah, I think a couple people liked him plenty when he was an adult.
Do you think at any point during that he turned and looked around to like his advisors, like, maybe I should just chill the fuck out?
You guys like,
you know what I mean? Like things, I was pretty mad, but now things are kind of working out for me.
I should have just
maybe I should just settle down.
Hold up. Have everyone just stop for a second. We're all gonna breathe. Yeah, I think this is not good, you guys.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but that's different.
Okay. Right. So I'm not doing that.
Okay.
I mean, whatever. It wouldn't even matter. I can't go because you have to, I think, change something that you regret, right?
Oh yeah, your biggest regret. Do you regret not killing Hitler when you had the chance?
I didn't have the chance.
Oh.
I never had that chance. No, much lower stakes, much lower stakes.
Reagan?
I don't think I had that opportunity either.
I mean, you were alive, so the opportunity was there.
The opportunity was there. I could have written in to the White House and been like, "Dear Mr. President, I love jelly beans too. I want to come meet you." And then kablooey. Hey,
that reminds me. Did I ever tell you about when he got shot and he was in, the assassination attempt? I drew him a card and wrote him and hoped that he would get better soon. And I know. And I got an official thank you note from the White House.
Wow. No, I had no idea. Do you still own that, or do your parents?
I do. It's in my baby book.
That's awesome.
I mean, no celebrity has ever written me back, but Ronald Reagan, and that's why I am diehard Ronald Reagan. Ride or die, he's the best.
Yep. Number one with a bullet.
Mm-hmm. Always thinking about me and what is good for my sanity.
Yeah.
Cool.
What would you do?
I want to know what your biggest regret is. What are you doing?
So I got a round trip ticket to Maui, and I never should have used that return ticket. I should have fucking stayed there and just gotten a job selling t-shirts on the beach or something.
Okay.
Yeah. Never should have come back.
Yeah.
Just on island time from now on.
Hmm. Yeah, I can see why you'd want to change all of history for that.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
Forget it. We're like time space continuing.
Fuck you.
I'm staying in Maui, baby. I'm eating
What?
fish tacos that are okay.
Not the worst.
They're all right.
What? How old were you when this was a possibility of happening?
I was in my 20s.
Okay. You don't think maybe you went and did the right path?
No.
All right.
Have you ever been to Hawaii?
No.
Tressa, get yourself a one-way ticket because you will not want to come home.
Not to be that guy, but the indigenous people of Hawaii are asking us white people not to go there anymore, so I'm not going to do that anytime soon. So,
They were actually at war with each other for a very long time.
And now they can't afford their own homes anymore because of us.
Yeah, no, that sucks. I'm just saying.
It
like,
sucks, but I would have stayed.
I'm just saying things already sucked.
Anyway, I don't. You know what? Here's how I feel.
Also, I think the indigenous people of the land that I'm on probably would like me to leave as well.
Yeah, but you live there as opposed to visiting, and you're not actively destroying. Oh, wait, maybe you are.
Are you saying that because I was born here, I have a greater claim?
Yeah, like you practically own the place.
Facts. Wherever I am, I practically own the place.
No, you're not wrong, but they've asked, so I will respect that because I am broke anyway.
I'm just going to float this idea. As a Jew, we've been kicked out of better places than this.
All right. I'm a white woman, so I got nothing to say.
I don't
know. Also, anyway. Oh, yeah. So, this question, at least, would you go back and change, not even your biggest regret, just like make the different changes, take the path that you should have gone on, that you thought that you should have gone on after living the path that you went on? Comes up a lot, I feel. And I feel like that's some bullshit because regardless of what path you took, you are where you are right now. And even if you're not the happiest person in the world, this is a result of learning and mistakes and being around people that you love or whatever. If I were to like go back, consequences be damned, then this wouldn't be here. And I like this, what I have right now.
Oh, for sure.
Well, no, not for sure. Because you said, fuck the timeline. I'm going to Hawaii.
For you.
Yeah, that's what
for
I'm saying.
Me,
for me,
I'm just staying there.
T-shirts on the beach.
Maybe I work as like a wedding videographer. Do you know what people do when they're in Hawaii? They get married all the time.
Yeah, on the beach.
Yep. You know where my job is? It's sunset in Hawaii. That's where my job is.
Oh, sounds like you'll be in a lot of sand all the time. Gross.
Dude, I'm barefoot at work.
On
the beach.
Yeah. You are not selling me at all. Barefoot, sand, beach. Ugh.
I have a rum punch and then I'm on my way home.
Are you skipping?
Yeah, of course I'm skipping. Are you kidding me?
You stupid bitch.
You dumb fucking idiot.
Okay, but are you wearing shoes on the way home?
No, I'm driving barefoot.
Do you have one of those Jeeps that don't have any roof or doors?
Dude, yesterday I was in the car for like the entire day. I was driving behind a car that had like one of those tire covers on the back.
Yeah.
And it said on it, a Bronco It's like a Jeep ... for men. And I was like, whatever you need to feel pretty, dude.
Oh my God.
Like,
Or
what the hell? Why?
it's like a Jeep, but for a guy that killed his wife in Los Angeles and used to be a football star.
Oh, I wasn't even thinking that. I was like,
I know, but that's
how
what
defensive is this fucking person? Like,
not
that's
only
his starting point.
not only is he very manly, but fuck all those pansies who drive Jeeps.
Like, does he have something really bad to say about Jeeps?
What?
Isn't that how we won World War II, is with Jeeps?
Oh, you just reminded me of my dream with Alan Alda. Also,
Lady, quiet that chicken down. We can't talk about MASH. Strike is on.
I didn't. You did again.
Okay, what happened with Alan Alda in your dream? Was he a very nice man to you?
He was very nice. He was my uncle. And then when I woke up, I was like, yeah, I guess my uncle is kind of like a Midwestern, not as funny Alan Alda. Anyway, what else do you think that guy genders around his house? Is he like, man, this butcher knife, it's like a steak knife, but for men. Boy, this couch cushion, it's like a couch cushion, but for slightly more masculine guys.
I mean, I assume that literally everything he owns, he's like, this is the man version of another thing that's not for men.
I want to see him going around his house with a label maker, making sure everybody knows that.
If he sees a woman in a Bronco, do you think he's like, no?
Absolutely not, young lady.
Tosses her the keys to a brand new Jeep.
Oh, that's all you gotta do?
Yeah, that's how it works.
Neat. So anyway, my uncle in my dream was like trying to convince...
Hold on a second. I don't know why I asked you. I don't fucking care. I don't want to hear it. No one wants to hear your dream. This is just a note to you and to myself and to everyone in the world. When you have a dream, no one ever wants to hear what it was. No one.
I want to know what it is. I like to hear about dreams. But also he said something very filthy and it made me uncomfortable.
Alan Alda?
Because he was trying to prove he was Alan Alda. He was great.
Wow. I'm going to now guess the dirty thing that he said.
You can guess, but it made no sense except in my dream.
Okay. I'm not going to guess because I don't care.
That's a good one. Yeah, don't do it. Also, but taking a glimpse into the future, who gives a fuck?
Right? Uh-oh. Fucking tidal waves.
It's just going to be fire.
Tornadoes.
It's going to just be space, a void.
Literally just a baby on fire.
Smoke where the planet used to be. Who gives a shit? I can't stop it. I can't do anything for it. Go fuck yourself, future.
The earth cracked in half like a fucking Cadbury egg.
Only less juicy.
I'd like to thank this week's sponsor, Cadbury Eggs. It's August, but I would love a Cadbury egg.
So juicy. Love that juice. Love that egg juice, as the slogan is. Can't get enough of that egg juice is another one. What's that all over your face? It's egg juice is another one. You ruined my dress with egg juice is the last one. That reminds me of a joke, one of my favorite jokes of all time that someone we both know told me. Do you want to hear it?
I do. Yes,
I'm
unlike your
sorry.
dream, which I do not want to hear.
I can't wait to tell you my dream every day now. So this dream is going to be incomplete because I have a terrible memory and I'm bad at jokes. So this penguin was driving down the desert and he gets car trouble and he's like, oh no, I'll go to this repair place. So he goes and it's very hot. It's the desert and he is a penguin. It is very hot. So he goes and he gets to the repair guy and he's like, yeah, I don't know what's wrong. I think it overheated, whatever. I'm going to go get an ice cream. I am a sweltering. He goes, he gets some ice cream. He's just going to town on it. He's getting ice cream everywhere. He's so hot and it's cooling him down. He's loving it. And he goes back to the repair guy, the mechanic, that's the word. He goes back to the mechanic and he's like, so what's going on? And the mechanic's like, looks like you blew a gasket. And the penguin's like, no, it's just ice cream.
It's just that egg juice.
I can't get enough of that egg juice.
Where have you had car trouble? I've had car trouble in the desert. It sucks.
I don't know about the desert, but goddamn. I remember we ran out of gas in the middle of the desert at night.
Oh, it gets cold at night.
Well, and it's the
it also
of
stays
nowhere.
really hot. Depends.
Yeah. And I was with my dad and he called the owner of the gas station and they came and opened it for him. It was weird.
Oh my God.
It's weird.
And like somebody drove out with a can of gas?
No, he like made it to the gas station, which was closed in the middle of nowhere. And they just came and opened it up for him.
Well, that's nice.
That was very nice. I'd be like, fuck you, wait. I don't care. Your emergency is not my inconvenience or whatever the fuck.
Well, it's a good thing that not everyone is an asshole like you.
Yeah, I guess.
Some people will come to the rescue when you need to be rescued.
I won't. So what about yours? What about your dessert?
I've had car trouble in the desert more than once. Years ago, you met my friend Bill. We were driving and we were like 23 miles from Bakersfield and it's really fucking hot out there. And there were flames on the engine.
Oh, shit.
Lit a Chesterfield off of that and chain smoked a fucking pack of them.
Oh,
and like
my
we were
God.
we were in like a just like a pull off, not a proper rest stop, but like a pull off place. And there was like a school bus that people had like modded out that they were like living in and driving in. And
hippies?
I guess so, but they looked more like the Road Warrior, not like hippies. And I guess it was like the time for like the call to prayer. There was somebody else that was like not part of that was like bowing to Mecca. And it truly felt like the end of the world. Also, the sun was going down. And we are literally smoking filterless cigarettes that were lit off the fucking flames of the engine.
And everyone's just minding their own. It's another day.
Man, there's another time when I like also had, I guess it was somewhere in Nevada, and I pulled off. Every car that pulls into this one gas station, it's because they're overheating, and people are like hosing down the engine because it's like, you're gonna die.
Yeah, you're gonna start a fire that will light cigarettes.
This was a different one. This was
no, I know.
One.
I'm saying that's how hot every engine would get.
Totally. And I was like pacing around. I was just driving alone at that point, and I'm pacing around this little gas station, Convenience Mart, whatever, and it's like a Coke was $10, and that was like decades ago. And I was like, Jesus Christ. And the woman working there was like, you have a lot of trouble getting like supplies out here. And I was like, fair enough.
Yeah, stock up. What?
What?
That's
But like,
crazy.
to her point, it wasn't just price gouging. It was like, we can't sell things at normal prices because we can't sell as many things as everyone else.
That's wild.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, there's another time when like in the middle of the night, I like had a car accident on this overpass in Boston. So like I don't know if you know anything about the highways in Boston, but everybody wants to hear me talk about them.
They've been clamoring for it. Let's go.
So famously, the Big Dig is the biggest like man-made anything done to like whatever, like underground in the history of man or something. I don't know.
It sounds right.
But before that, the highways were these fucking unsightly overpasses cutting through the middle of the city, and they weren't well lit or anything. And sometimes you'd have like surprise lane dividers that like are basically like sidewalk height that you can't even see.
Yeah.
So anyway, I fucking crashed into one of those things at like midnight, and I can't drive my car, and it's like on the far side of this corner, and I'm like, I'm gonna die up here. And I see in the distance on the overpass, because these overpasses go for miles.
Yeah.
It's not like just a little thing that's like boop boop and you're done.
Okay.
It's like the highway goes above ground like that for a really long time. So I see like a double parked police car like way in the distance, and I run up to the guy and knock on his window, waking him up,
Ah! Of course.
and he just drives away from me without a word or anything. He just fucking, yeah. He had a copy of The Horse Whisperer on the seat next to him. That was the book he'd been reading before he fell asleep, I guess.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So here's what happened. One of two
I
things.
got a very expensive tow that night
Oh,
that I was
God.
not prepared to pay for.
How old were you?
I don't know, like in my 20s.
Oh, okay.
But like maybe 21. I don't know how old.
Not prepared for that 20s.
No.
So one of two things happened with that cop. He's snoozing. He hears someone knocking on his window, and he's like, fuck that, I'm getting out of here. I don't want him to know that I'm not doing shit. Or two, and most likely, he hears someone knocking on his window as he's snoozing, and you scared the shit out of him, and he's convinced you're a murderer, and he does not have time for that. That's what happened.
I guess he probably just went like a mile away and fell asleep again.
Yeah. Most definitely. When I was a sophomore in high school, I had a car, and they had one of those median things. It's not a highway. It's just a very busy street close to where my friend lives. And she decided, since her parents were out of town, she was going to throw a fucking rager. And she did. And
nice.
Yeah, it was hot. People smeared pizza on the wall. There was booze.
Why do that?
Because you're stupid high school kids in a suburban bullshit school. We had someone living with us at the time, my family, like I don't know, just some guy that worked for my dad, but he was like 18 or something. He was close to my age, and he was going to go to this party, and I was like, look, we need more booze, but I don't want to go get it to drive it. You do it. Take my car. And he drove over through a sign and onto that median and crashed my car.
Oh, fuck.
And
Is he okay?
Well, he was totally fine. He walked back to the house. He's like, you are never going to believe what just happened. Bro, I don't even remember if I got in trouble for that, but that's what it reminded me of, that median. Stop putting those everywhere.
Right?
Come
Those are
on.
not helping anyone.
No. If you're going to do that, put some trees and shit on it so we know it's there.
Please.
Or not. Just get rid of them.
Or paint it in some way where there's like white stripes or something.
Yeah,
or
that
band,
band.
the White Stripes, could play on the median.
Or get run over. Whatever.
Bow, 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 bow. I really like that group.
Do you?
Yeah, a lot. Do you
That's
like
cool.
them?
They're all right.
Are they too...
I don't really like anything, Josh.
Oh, okay. What is a band or two that you do like? It doesn't have to be your favorite, just something you like.
There was a good, at the very least, year, maybe year and a half, 2 years, where I listened to nothing but Purple Rain in my car.
Okay.
And anytime anyone would get in my car when I would drive them somewhere, they would instantly be irritated because they knew exactly what to expect. But it's the perfect album. Maybe Computer Blue isn't that great, but otherwise perfect. So yeah, like that. But I can't even say that I love his whole discography. It's very different from album to album.
Yeah, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
And that's like fair for artists to like do stuff that you're not into like some of the time. Right?
Yeah, for
Like
sure.
I think there are groups with diehard fans who feel personally betrayed when an artist like tries something different.
Mm-hmm. Let that person grow.
Yeah, just let them be a person.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let that person evolve.
Right?
So it's basically just Prince and Taylor Swift. Haha, just kidding. I do not like Taylor Swift.
You don't? Why not?
I think she's milquetoast and boring, and I don't know. There's absolutely nothing that hooks me about her music, except on like the last album, someone made a beat for her that is amazing and so good, but then once she starts in, I instantly lose interest.
I got to admit, I just don't really have a strong opinion about her. I don't dislike her. I just don't have an opinion, really.
I think I dislike her.
Okay.
Swifties, come at me.
I'm gonna probably make some enemies when I say this.
Mm-hmm.
I think Prince is a genius, but I'm not that huge a fan. Like I think he is amazing, but I don't actually want to listen to his music most of the time.
Not even Purple Rain?
I mean, that song's great.
No,
like,
not the song, the album.
He has many, many great songs.
I get it.
Yeah, but like, I mean, there are things that I can like recognize the genius of, but it's like, I don't know.
Yeah. I feel that way about a lot of music. Just, I can appreciate that it is a genius thing that you've done, but it's not my thing. I don't love it.
Well, maybe sometimes, but sometimes it's my thing. But like a lot of the time, I'm like, I could skip it.
Yeah.
But you would never skip Purple Rain.
I might now. I might have played it out.
Okay. It'll happen.
It will. I also was very into like Joy Division, all that crap. You know, the standards for teen girls in the 90s.
I was kind of late to be able to enjoy Joy Division and stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really know about them till later, but like The Cure and Susie and the Banshees, right there.
Honestly, all that stuff, like I was really a victim of toxic masculinity. For real.
Bronco.
I mean, in my own like teenage way. Like,
was it because you drove a Jeep when you were younger?
No, I couldn't really like I could not appreciate music that I didn't think was tough.
I get that.
For real.
No,
For
I
real.
totally get it.
I literally could not appreciate it.
Yeah. I feel real quick.
Yeah.
When I met Andy, we were such youngins, and he was like, I would never date a woman that didn't say that, or who didn't like metal. And I was like, I don't like metal. I appreciate it, but I don't like it. But
Uh-huh.
I also do not respect a man that does not like metal, so I understand what you're saying.
You don't respect a man who doesn't respect metal. What?
I don't know. Toxic masculinity. It's the patriarchy.
Right. It is.
Thank you. I'm just saying, feminism benefits us all.
I don't even know that it's a question of feminism. Like, I think feminism. Is it a question of feminism? Maybe it is.
I think it is, because feminism isn't just about like
I mean, feminism
ladies.
is humanism,
Yeah.
but like,
We want everyone to get theirs. We don't want anyone to be repressed.
but also like, there's something that's not necessarily about or negating feminism that is about this tendency towards the only emotion you can express is aggression.
Yeah.
Right? Like
Yeah.
that's, and maybe calling it toxic masculinity isn't fair either. I don't know. But
I think that's very fair. There's plenty of masculinities that are not toxic and super awesome and great. But toxic
right.
is the bad one that makes
Well,
people feel like they can only be angry if they want to show emotion.
I think so too. Well, I think that, but we might be lumping things together that are often found together, but may not be inherently the same thing. For example, I had to explain to my nephews recently that all racists are dicks, but not all dicks are racists.
That's true.
And just because you see someone being a dick and you have encountered other dicks who are racists, you might assume, well, this dick right here, obviously he's also a racist. But that might not be the case.
Mm-hmm.
And then we got out of the car, and one nephew knocked the hat off of the head of the other nephew. And I said, this is a perfect example of someone being a dick, but not being a racist.
Yeah, and then your nephew was like, fuck you, you don't know me.
He called me the worst slurs.
You would not believe this kid's mouth.
Such a racist. I had no idea. So I'm just saying that like a mindset that is only geared towards aggression may be, it probably is interwoven into toxic masculinity, but it might be like the Venn diagram is like 99%, but I think that there's some that have nothing to do with that. That's like other cultural influence that isn't even about that.
Josh, I'm gonna be straight with you. I don't give a shit about that 1%. They can be part of that 99. I don't give a fuck.
Okay. All right. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
If we're getting into semantics, I don't know what you're talking about.
Semantics? Really? Say that to my face.
Listen, you sound like a dick. And if I know anything, all dicks are racist. So...
if we have any racists listening to this podcast who are not dicks, write to Tressa about it.
Thanks.
Don't write to me.
I'll make sure to read them all. Because boy, howdy, we're going to get a lot of letters.
We have a lot of really kind racists who are not dicks. Just kidding. They're all dicks.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah. Prove me wrong.
Racists or assholes, whichever.
So wait, where else have you had a car accident? I've had so many.
Car accident?
Or just like car trouble or whatever. Okay, here's one.
Okay.
This is so stupid. Okay, so once again, it's night in Boston. It's
Scary.
like January and it's fucking freezing out. A bunch of friends of mine and I go to a party, and it's the time when they were filming The Real World in Boston. So we go to a party at a friend's place,
Uh-huh.
and it's like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I'm like, hey, let's all go to the Real World house. And like my friends and I, we literally just grab whatever's near us to like we needed to bring anything, but it's like,
I have an
you know,
ashtray.
literally it was like, I've got an ashtray. Oh, this brick is being used as a door jamb. I'll use this. Like we load it up. We
Uh-huh.
get in my friend's Volkswagen. It's a little VW Bug.
Doesn't sound manly.
Not really an issue. Anyway, there's like, we cram in there. There's like 5 of us in this tiny car. We're going slowly and it's not very far, but there's really like black ice on the roads. And so my friend's hitting the brake and it's doing nothing. And there's a car stopped at a red light ahead of us. And the guy in the car is talking to a sex worker. And we plow into him, and like she laughs and points at the
guy. Yeah, that's awesome.
And like we get out of the car, and the guys that are in that car get out of their car, and my friend's apologizing, and I'm like trying to like give the guy money, and then they just get in their car and they drive away. We continue on our way and go to the Real World house, which was what we were planning to do.
You have a plan.
Yeah, it's now like 2:30, maybe 3. We park like a block from the place, walk over. There's a line to prank this place. Like, there are like kids playing football in the street. There's clearly one of the castmates is opening the door for the 50th time of the night to be like, haha, yeah, no, whatever.
There's a guy with a flaming paper bag.
I mean, there were like 3 or 4 distinct groups who were already there waiting their turn.
That's the kind of party I want. I want to live in a house where everyone's trying to prank me. I don't want that. I take that back.
Yeah, the producers of the show said they would never, ever, ever shoot in Boston ever again for any reason.
Why?
Welcome to my hometown.
How is that only a Boston thing? That's what's crazy to me.
People in Boston are fucking assholes. But also there are like a lot of colleges there, so a lot of college kids. So if you're not part of the like native asshole culture, you're also just an asshole because you're that age.
Nice.
And I'm sure every single person showing up there was like, oh, I've got a really original idea.
That was just done like 3 minutes earlier.
Right?
Yeah, for sure.
Can you imagine having to deal with that all day, every day?
No. I would be like, you guys need to do something. Give us a security guy at the least.
Also, almost nothing is open 24 hours in Boston. So the fact that people are showing up at this hour, it's like the bars have closed, the parties are ending or whatever, and there's nothing to do. So like, this is the entertainment.
Wait, what time was it?
It was like between 2 and 3 when we
Oh.
arrived.
It's not even that late. It's not like 4 in the morning, which that's when it's funny.
I mean, presumably it was still happening at
Oh,
4
I'm
in the
sure it
morning. We just
was.
like, we looked around, we were like, we're superfluous here, let's leave. We didn't even bother.
Our job is being done for us. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Yeah, car accident. I got one really bad one. My friend Stacy was driving, and the EMTs were shocked that I could get out and leave the car.
Oh my
Because
God.
the
What
car,
happened?
she was turning left, and a semi plowed right into her, into the driver's seat where I was sitting. And this was back when I refused to wear a seatbelt because, I don't know, I was a stupid kid. And they were like, you would have been crushed.
If you'd been belted in?
Yeah, because it just pushed me basically into Stacy's lap.
Oh my God.
So that's a funny story.
So not wearing a seatbelt saved your life. but
No,
you now
don't
use
say
them.
that.
No, but this is true.
I know, but I don't want to. I wear a seatbelt every single time I'm in the car now, but I was a stupid kid at the time that saved my life. But the car was like 2 days old too.
Wow. And no one was hurt?
Mm-mm.
Amazing.
It was wild.
Guys, that's all the time we have for this episode. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll be back with more on Fire Tonight.